doubt?
Sir, that many to one and one to many relationship, again, if you can explain how we can know that it is many to one and how to know that many to one to many.
See,
That.
see here in this theme product table, okay? So this theme product table we have connected with fact sales. This theme customer table and this theme product table we have connected with fact sales, right?
Yeah.
And this theme customer is connected with fact sales on which column?
Customer ID.
Customer ID, right? So now come to theme customer table. So in this deemed customer table, this customer ID, are they repeating here somewhere? Like, is there any duplicate value in this customer ID?
In dim customer ID, the customer ID is not duplicate.
Right. Now coming to fact. So is it duplicated here, customer ID?
No.
No. 1 and 1, it is duplicated, right? 3
Yeah,
and
yeah,
3
yeah.
is duplicated, right?
Three, three. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So what is happening if a table is having the duplicate rows on the key which we are joining with another table, okay? Then that particular table will be at the many side, okay? And the table with which we will going to join on the same column, if it is having unique values, means there is no duplicate value, then this is at the one side. So the relationship between this dimension customer is 1 and with fact says is many, because here there is duplicate value, so the relationship will become 1 to many. That's why
Yes.
if you will see here in the model, if you can see here, it is showing 1, right? And for fact says it is showing star. Star is representing many and 1 is representing 1. So the relationship is 1 to many between dimension customer and fact says, okay?
Hmm.
The same thing happened with dim product. So this dim product and fails fact sales are connected based on product ID, right? So, and
Yeah.
in if you go into dim customer table, let me open dim customer table. So in this dim customer table, this product ID is having all unique values. There is no duplicate value. So this particular table is at the one side. And if I go to fact sales, then this product is getting repeated 1 and 1, right? So it is
Yeah.
having now duplicate value. So this is at the many side. So what is the relation between dim product and fact sales is? Fact is having many and dim product is having 1. So the relationship will
Hmm.
become many to 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it clear now?
Yeah, yeah. Got it.
Okay. So do you have any doubt, Lokesh?
No.
Okay. Now we will going to understand the another concept in data modeling. So right now currently we are talking all thing about data modeling only, okay? And this is the base of any report. If your data modeling is not correct, you will not going to achieve the correct report, okay? So this is the basic thing and this is the base of your any report, okay? Now coming to next point. So if I will open this particular relationship. To open the particular relationship, what you can do, you can right click on this relationship. You or you can directly, what you can do directly, you can double click on this relationship. Then it will going to open this edit relationship box, okay? Now under this edit relationship, we already saw this cardinality, we already saw this active. Now we're going to check this option, cross filter direction. So currently what it is showing here, what it is showing, hello,
Yeah, it's many to one.
I am telling about this cross filter direction, what it is showing here.
Single. Single.
Single, right? Just a minute, someone is joining, Akhil is joining. Okay, so here in this relationship, currently it is showing symbol. Okay, so in cross filter direction we are having two values, one is single and another is both. Okay, now we want to understand what is the use of this single and both, because this is again important interview question. What are the different types of cross filter direction and what are their uses? So there are two types of cross filter direction in this edit relationship. One is single and another is both. Now first we'll try to understand single. Now if you will, are you able to see this line, this relationship?
Yes.
So between this relationship you are able to see this arrow, right?
Yes.
And this arrow is pointing to which table?
Fact table.
Voice is very low, Lokesh or
Fact.
Akhil.
Okay. It's
Okay.
fact table. Fact table.
Yeah. So this arrow is pointing to fact sales, right? So
Yes.
by default, if you are connecting any dimension table with the fact table based on one to many relationship, what will happen? This particular dimension table will try to find out this particular fact sales for the filtering. Okay. So what will happen based on this particular arrow? Because this particular dimension customer, it is pointing to fact sales. So what will happen? If you will filter this particular table, dimension table, then what will happen? The fact table will also going to filter. Okay, for example, if I will filter here dimension customer for city Bangalore, then what will happen? For that particular Bangalore city, this fact table will also going to filter, because this customer table is having single arrow and this single arrow is pointing to fact sales. Then what will happen? It will going to filter fact table. But what will happen if I will going to filter the fact table? Then this fact table, it is pointing to dimension customer.
No.
No, it is
No.
not pointing to dimension customer. Then what will happen? If I will going to filter anything on this fact table, then it will not going to filter my dimension table, because the arrow is not pointing to dimension customer. Are you
Okay.
getting?
Yeah.
What is the use of this arrow is, let me repeat this. So this particular arrow is pointing from dimension to fact table. So it is pointing to fact table. So what will happen if I will try to filter my dimension customer table? Then the same filter will going to apply to the fact table as well. Okay, because of this particular arrow. Okay, but this arrow is not pointing from fact to dimension table. Then what will happen? If I will going to filter anything on the fact table, then it will not going to filter my dimension table. Okay,
Okay.
Okay.
now what if I want to filter like dimension customer table also based on the fact table? Then what we have to do is, we have to just let me add, someone is joining. Yeah, so if we have to filter this particular dimension table also based on the fact table, then what we have to do? We have to change this cross filter direction to
Dimension.
Both.
okay. Now if I will click on okay, see what will happen. Now how many arrows you are able to see?
Two.
2. Now what will happen? This fact table will also able to filter dimension table. This dimension table will also able to filter the fact table. Let me show you this one practically. Okay, we'll try to understand practically. Let me take first example. If I will select here single. Okay, now I have taken single, right? So dimension table will be able to filter fact table. Let me show you. So now these are my two tables. Okay,
Okay.
so the first table, I will take only the data from my customer table. Okay. So customer table. So this data, customer name and mobile number, it is, this particular table is having these two fields, customer name and mobile number. And this is coming from which table?
Zoom document.
Deem customer table, we are pulling this particular column. Okay, now we will take another like table in which we will going to put the data from fact table. Okay, so in my another table, I'm going to put only the data from the fact table. So I will going to remove this particular columns, and from the fact table, I will going to put here. I'll going to put bill number. I will going to put amount and customer ID. Okay, so some values I'll going to put. Let me. Okay, so now in this particular bill number, in this particular second table, we have added some columns from the fact table, right?
Yes.
In the above table, we are having only the data from the customer table, right?
Yes.
Now in Power BI, we are having a visualization, and the name of one visualization is Slicer. Okay, one visualization name is Slicer. If you can see in the right hand side, are you able to see this icon?
Yes.
Yes.
So which type of icon it is showing?
Like
Rectangular box, the cone.
there's
It
some
is showing
funnel.
some funnel, right?
Funnel.
It is
Yes.
showing some funnel. And what is the use of funnel will be? It is mainly used for filtering the data, right?
Yes.
So funnel, filtering the data or filtering anything, we are using funnel. Okay. So what it will try to show is, using this slicer, you can filter your data. Okay. So now I will going to choose my slicer, and this is my slicer. And under this slicer, I will going to put a column from the customer table. Let's suppose I will put customer name here. Now, are you able to see this data? Pooja, Raj, Sumit.
Yes.
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 Let me increase the size as well. In this item, I'll going to put 20. Okay, size. Now, what will happen? So, as I mentioned you, if I will select anything, if I'll filter this dimension table, fact table will also going to filter, right?
Yes.
As I mentioned. So
Yes.
now this particular filter is there. If I will select here Pooja, then what is happening? Both the tables are getting filtered for Pooja, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And the below table, it is showing how much total amount.
5,000.
5,000.
If I will select Raj, what is the total amount?
17,000.
And
17,000.
here also it is showing Raj data, right?
Yes.
So what is happening is, right now, if I'm trying to filter this dimension customer table, it is trying to filter fact table as well, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, what I will going to do, I will try to filter this fact table. Okay. Then see, then what should happen? This dimension customer should not be able to filter. Okay.
Okay.
Let's check. Now I will change this customer. I'll remove this particular slicer, and I will add a new slicer. Now what I will going to do, I will add customer. Let me put here fact table customer ID. Okay, I'll put customer ID in this fact this in this slicer. Okay,
Okay.
so now see, if I will select here customer ID 1, what happened? What happened?
Only fact
It
table.
shows.
Only fact table is filtering for customer ID 1, but the above table is not filtering. Let me put here customer ID as well, so you will able to understand. Let me put customer ID, and I'll remove this customer name. Okay, so that is from customer table. Let me remove this. Now from this one. Okay, so now from this particular one, so what happened? I have selected 1, right? Customer ID 1. So what happened? The fact table got filtered for customer ID 1, right?
Yes.
Yes.
But the dimension table, is it getting filtered for customer ID 1?
No.
No. What is happened? Because of this arrow, because of this cross filter direction, fact table is not able to filter dimension table. Okay.
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 Now, let's suppose if you want to filter this particular dimension table based on the selection of fact sales, then what we have to do? We have to open the relationship, and here we have to change single to both. Okay. And
Okay.
now I'll click on OK. Now it is showing both the arrows, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, if I'll go to my report area, see both the tables are filtered now.
Okay.
Now it is filtering, right?
Yes.
Because of this particular arrow, okay? Because of this particular arrow only.
Okay.
But in real time scenario, in 99.99%, if you are connecting any dimension table with the fact table, we are trying to avoid this bidirectional. It is also known as bidirectional filtering, okay?
Okay.
Because there are two arrows. So it is also known as bidirectional, okay? And there is
Okay.
only one arrow, then it will be single direction, okay?
Okay.
So in real time scenario, we will try to avoid using this bi-directional by connecting this dimension customer with the fact table. Okay.
Okay.
This is the best practice. We don't want to filter the data on the dimension table based on the fact table. Okay. It will be very rare. So as a best practice, we will try to avoid this bi-directional filtering between dimension customer and fact table. Okay.
Okay.
So in real time we don't use this option
No,
much, right?
no, we are using, but I am telling you for this particular scenario, we are not. See, if it is mandatory for you, you can use, okay, there is no restriction. But as a best practice, we are not using between dimension and fact, okay?
Okay. Okay.
That's what I'm telling, okay? But
Okay.
might be there is a need where you want to filter your dimension table as well. Then you can on this particular one. There is no problem. But
Okay.
it might cause some data modeling issue, okay, based on the number of tables, because right now we are dealing with 3 tables. In real time
Right.
scenarios there will be might be 200 tables, 300 tables. So based on the selection of this particular, it might hamper others data also. So you have to be careful while enabling this particular bi-directional, okay?
Okay. 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 Okay.
Now is it clear what is the difference between cross filter direction, single and both?
Yes.
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 Any doubt here? Because this is interview question, okay,
Hmm.
and it's an important interview question. Any doubt, Sanjay?
No, sir.
Lokesh?
No, no.
Okay, great. So now this is the data modeling part, okay? So in this way we will going to create the data modeling. Only thing which is left under this data modeling is how we can use inactive relationship. That we will going to cover when we will start our DAX part, okay?
Okay.
Yes.
After that, in this data modeling, what we will going to do, we will try to understand how we can get the data from multiple sources, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So first thing, what we did last time, we have tried to load the data from Excel, right?
Yes.
Now we'll try to understand how we can load the data from a database. We'll try to understand how we can load the data. Even we can load the data from website also, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So now let me show you how we can load the data from a website. Okay. Let's suppose I want to load the list of prime minister. Okay. List of prime ministers of India. And that particular data is available on the internet. So
Yes.
I want to load it from there. So let me tell you how we can load that particular data. Okay. Just a minute. Now, what I'm going to do first, I will try to search that particular web page which is having that list of India, Prime Minister of India. Okay, so I am opening my web browser and I will try to Google it. Where is that particular data? So in Google, I will write list of Prime Ministers of India. Let it come. List of Prime Minister of India. Okay. Now this is the Wikipedia link. Okay. Let me open this particular list of Prime Minister of India. Now, under this particular link, if you go down, you are able to see this Prime Minister list, right?
Yes.
So, what I want is, I want this particular list into my Power BI, okay?
Okay.
And I want to create report using this particular data. So, what I will need is, I will need this particular URL.
Yes.
I will copy this URL, okay?
Okay.
Some disturbance
Now,
is coming.
it is, can everybody go on mute?
Yeah. Now it's okay.
Yeah. So what I did, I have copied this particular URL, right? Hello.
Yes, yes.
I have copied this particular URL. Okay. After that, what I'll going to do, I'll go to Power BI, and in this Power BI, there is a get data option, right? What is the use of get data?
We can dump. We can take some data from various sources
Yeah.
like
So
Excel.
using this get data, we will be able to select the connector by which we want to connect our Power BI desktop to get the data. So we have to go to this particular get data option. Okay. Once you'll click on this get data, there is an option. Okay. What is the option?
It's not visible. Yeah,
Is
now
it
it's visible. Yeah.
Web,
Now it's
web.
web?
yeah.
And what is the description? Import data from web page, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I'll click on this web option. Now it
Okay.
will going to ask me the URL. Okay, so I'll put my URL here. This is my URL,
Oh,
and I will click on
okay.
OK. Now see, it is like now my Power BI, it is trying to connect with internet to get the data from the website. Okay, now it will
Okay.
going to show the data in the form of table. So it is trying to connect, and it will going to retrieve that particular data from that particular website. Let it load. It will take some time based on the internet speed. It is trying to fetch that particular data. Now you can see how many tables it got. Hello?
9 tables. So,
Yeah, in the bottom also there are some tables. If you will click on that particular
Yeah.
table, so you are able to see some data right here.
yes, yes.
Yes.
You are able to see. So in this table, by selecting here on table name, you will be able to see the data in the preview. So we have to find which particular table is relevant for me. So is this having Prime Minister list?
No.
No, right? So
No.
let
No.
me check which table is having Prime Minister list. Okay. So this is also not having Prime Minister list. Let me check. This one is also not having. 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 This one is having some less data. Let me check for the another one. Now you can see this one is having data, right?
Yes.
It
Yes.
is having some data. Yeah. This one is having Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi. It is having all that list. After that, if you want to use this particular data in your Power BI, so what you have to do, you have to select that particular table which you want to use. Okay. So what I did, I
Select
have
the.
selected this
Yeah.
particular table, right? Because this
Yes.
particular table is having this data and I want this data for my reporting purpose. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
After that, what you can do, you can load this data. Okay.
Okay.
Or directly what you can do, instead of loading, you can transform the data. Transform the data is nothing but cleansing of the data. Okay. So here you can see here in this particular list in the bottom after 14, what it is showing here.
Acting.
But ideally what it has to show,
15.
15, right?
15.
So the data is not in the perfect format. So what I have to do is I have to clean my data. Okay. So if you want
Okay.
to clean your data, so directly here there is an option. What is the option?
Transform data.
So transform data is the option. Using that, you can be able to clean your data. So I will click on transform data. Now it will going to open a new window. You can see a new window is trying to open. And in that, what is the name of the new window? If you can see in the top.
Power BI. Power BI query editor.
Yes, Power Query Editor. Okay. So the name of this new window is Power Query Editor. And what is the use of Power Query Editor is it is used for cleansing of the data. Okay. The use of Power Query Editor is it is used for cleansing of the data. Means we have talked about that ETL tool, right?
Yeah.
So it is like a ETL tool. Okay. It is like a ETL tool, but it is not an ETL tool. It will do some kind of ETL activity like cleansing of that like data. Okay. but it will not do everything like a ETL tool. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
under this Power Query Editor, there are many options you will going to find. Using that, you can clean your data. Okay. As well as in the left hand side, you will be able to see your all table names, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And in the right hand side, there is one option that is applied step. So what will happen? What are the changes you will going to do over your data? That one we will going to record here as part of the applied step. Okay, as a history. For example, right now you are having this column number 1, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I will going to remove this particular column. So before removing, how many steps are there here?
3 steps.
3 steps are there. Now I will going to delete this particular column. Let me remove. Now how many steps are there?
4.
Now now what
Remove.
happened? That particular column 1 is removed, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want to
Yes.
get your column back, then you have to remove this particular step from here, delete.
Okay.
Now if you delete this particular step, what happened? Your column 1 is now again back, right?
Yes.
So whatever the activity you will going to do over your data, it will going to add as part of this applied step. Okay.
Okay.
And that one you can delete it also if it is not required in the feature. Okay. It's not
Okay.
like that whatever you are doing, it will be permanent. It is not like that. If you don't require those kind of transformation or cleansing of the data in future, then you can remove that particular step from this particular
Applied
applied
step.
steps. Okay. So it will
Okay.
going to contain all the history of the transformation which you will going to apply over your data. Okay.
Okay.
Now, so what is the first issue? So tell me, what are the issues you are able to see here?
It's a null.
Name, party, length of terms.
Okay, so the first issue, if you will able to see in this particular data is right now this number, it has to show in the column name. Okay, instead of column 1, this particular number should be there. Should be okay, but it is not there. This name has to be here, but right now this name and number, it is coming here as part of the value, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what it is it a value? Number is a value. It's not a value. It's a column name, right? Name
Yes.
is a column name. Party is a column name. So this particular header, it is wrong. Okay. It should come in the top. Instead of that, it is here. So what I want is, I want to put this number, name, party into my column name. So there is the option here. The option name is
Use first row as
use
header.
first row as header. So if you will use this option, then what will happen? This particular first row, it will move to the header of the row. Okay. Let me show you. If I'll click
Okay.
here, use first row as a header. Now what happened?
It will going to first.
It has moved from first row to the header, right? And the
Yes.
first
Yes.
row now removed. Okay. So this is one transformation which we did. Okay.
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 After that, what could be the another thing? Tell me, what are the issues you are able to see here?
Mm,
The second row needs to be removed
So
maybe.
here the another issue is this particular first row is having null, right?
Yes.
yes.
So null is
Yes.
nothing but it means like there is no data. Okay.
Okay.
So that's why it is showing null. But here, if you can see, there is no meaningful data, right? Because
Yes.
the list of prime minister has to be started from 1. So what I want is, I want to remove this first row. Okay. Which does not make me any sense. So for removing this particular first row, there will be multiple approach. Okay. Now I will going to tell you the first approach. So here, if you can see, are you able to see this line, green line?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in this particular column, you will be able to see this green line till here. After that, there are some black type of portion, right? Black or brown portion.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
what
Yes.
will happen? This green line is known as column quality. What it is known as?
Column quality.
Column.
Column quality. So if you will put your mouse over this green line, what it is showing? it is showing like in this particular column, what is the quality? So what is the quality? 94% of the records are valid. And how many records are error?
0.
0%. And how many records are empty?
6%.
6% is the percentage and number of records is 1 because of this particular null. Okay.
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 And if you'll see here in this length of term, is there any black sign here? No,
No.
right? Because everywhere there is data. So if I'll put my mouse here, how many empty is there?
0.
Because there is no null. Okay. Because here there is no null. That's why it is showing here 100% record is valid. Okay. And there is no error, no empty. Now, if you'll put your mouse over here, so what will happen? Here you will going to find one option. What is the option?
Remove empty.
Remove empty.
Remove empty. So what will happen if I click on remove empty? So what happened? That first row itself got removed because it was containing null value. Means there is no value. It was empty. So that particular row, now it has removed, right?
Yes.
Now let me, so this is one way. Okay. If you want to remove where there is null, if you want to delete that particular records, directly you can come to column quality, and under this column quality, you will find remove empty. Once you'll click on remove empty, that particular row which is containing this null, every row will going to be deleted. Okay. It will be removed from your data. Okay. Now let me, if I'll click here, it will going to remove, right?
Yes.
After that, if you want to remove this particular null, there is another option as well. So are you able to see this option, remove row?
Yes.
So click on this remove row. So here you will find multiple options. Out of that, what is the option first?
Remove top rows.
So remove top row. If you click on this remove top row, so it will going to ask you to put a number. So whatever the number you're going to put, it will going to remove that many rows from the top. So you have to remove this first row, right? From the top.
Yes.
Then what I have to write here? The number of rows?
1.
1. So what will happen? This remove top rows, it will going to count the number of rows, whatever you will going to specify from the top. So if I will write here 1, then it will going to remove first row only. Let me click on OK. It has removed first row, right?
Yes.
Now, if I'll write here 2, then how much it will going to remove?
2
Tell
rows.
me how much it will going to remove?
2 rows. First 2 rows.
2 rows. So what you will get? You will get the data from the serial number 2.
Oh.
Let me click on OK. Now you can see the data is from 2, right?
Yes.
So whatever the number you are going to put, that it will going to remove from the top. Okay. That many number of rows, it will going to remove from the top, right?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
What?
So now
what if we want to delete the first row and then the 8th row, and then the 13th row maybe? Like the selected rows. What if we want to
Akhil,
delete this?
I'll going to tell you. Okay, just a minute. So I am completing one topic.
Okay.
Just a minute. Because here in remove rows there are multiple options. If you can see.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So
I'm
I'll
sorry.
tell you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can ask question, that is not a problem, but let me complete. Okay, just let me complete. If you are having any doubt here, then you can ask. Okay, let me complete it. After that, you can ask your question. Okay.
Sure.
So right now, if I'll click here, remove empty. So that particular empty part has removed, right?
Yes.
So what is the other issue here in this particular data set?
Maybe the 15th row is having acting.
Yeah. So another issue here in this particular data set, this particular value has to be 15, but instead of 15, it is acting. So what I can do, I have to use replace. Okay. So if you will right click on this particular column, here you will going to find one option. What is the option?
Replace
Replace values.
Replace value. Click on this replace value. and which value you have to replace, that you have to put it here. I want to replace acting.
Okay.
And by which value you want to replace, then I'll put here 15, and I will going to click on OK. Now see what happened.
15 will come adding this.
So what happened after putting this many transformation? Now my data looks clear, right?
Yes.
Now this is my perfect data. So what we did, we have done cleansing of our data, because there was some unwanted kind of data which was there as part of my data. So what I did, I have cleaned my data, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is known as the cleansing part, and this is also called as transformation part, where based on your requirement, you will going to perform the cleansing of the data over your data. Okay.
Okay.
Are you able to understand what we did? We have cleaned our data because there were some unwanted rows, unwanted kind of data which is not relevant for my reporting purpose, that I have fixed. Now my data is all to go. Okay, it is fine. Now I can use this particular data for my reporting purpose. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you still want to do any kind of transformation, that you can provide. Okay, but this data looks okay. Is it
Yeah.
fine here?
Yes.
Now
Yes.
Yes.
now we'll come to Akhil's question. So Akhil questions was like, I have to remove a particular, like for example 18 or something, okay, like that, if you want to remove. So here as part of the remove rows, so see whatever the options you will get here. First option is remove top rows. So what this particular option did, it has removed the data from the first row, from the top, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Then what will happen if you will go with the second option, remove bottom? Then what it will going to do, it will going to count from the bottom of the list. Okay,
Yeah.
after that there is the option, the option is remove alternate rows. Okay, so for your answer, Akhil, so
Okay.
here directly you can't remove a particular row. Okay, for example, if you want to delete this particular row 5, directly you can't remove. Okay,
Okay.
it is not possible to directly remove this particular row, a single row between. Okay, from between it's not possible, but there is another way. But here the option is here. Are you able to see this option?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alternate rows.
Remove
Remove
alternate rows.
alternate rows. Okay, so
Okay.
what is this? What is this remove alternate rows is? Here if you'll click on this remove alternate rows, so what it will going to do, it will going to ask you these three options. Okay, so what it is asking, the first option is first row to remove. So from where you want to remove the rows. Okay, so what I'll going to tell, I want to remove my first row, that is number 2. Okay, so I
Okay.
will put here 2. After that it is telling, after removing this first number of row, how many number of rows you want to remove. So what I'll going to do, I will say I will going to remove my first number of row 2 and 3. Okay, 2
Okay.
and
Okay.
3 both want to remove. So from the first row to remove is 2, and I want to remove 2 and 3 both. Okay, so the
Okay.
number of rows to remove here, it will be
2.
2.
2. 2 only, right? So this
Yes.
one is
Yes.
1 and this one is 2. So the number of rows it will be going to remove is 2, right?
2. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
After that, it is telling how many number of rows you want to keep. So what I'll going to say, you have to delete this 2 rows. Okay, this is the first 2 rows you have to delete. After that, I want to keep 3 rows. 4, 5, 6 I will keep. I will going to delete again 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 I'll going to keep. I'll going to again keep like remove this 12, 13, 14, 15. Miss, it is alternate. Okay, so
Yes.
whatever you will going to define for remove, after that it will going to use for keeping. Okay, so here I'll say 3. Now tell me what will come. Let me write somewhere. Okay, then we'll try to understand. So here how many rows will see? We're going to remove the second and third row, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So we should get 1. After that 4,
4,
5, 6,
5,
4,
6.
4, 5 and 6,
6.
and after that 7, 8 should remove, right?
Yeah.
Alternate rows.
Mm-hmm.
After that
9,
9, 10, 11 should be
10,
there, right?
Yes.
9, 10, 11,
11,
and after that
14.
12, 13 should be removed. 14, 15 should be there, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'll click on OK. Now see, is it matching here?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
So what we are doing alternately, right?
yes.
Now, is it clear now?
Can you
Yeah.
please explain again?
What?
Can you please explain again about
Okay. So what I'm telling here is, so here, whatever the row you will going to remove from the starting, okay? So that particular number of row you have to specify. So this particular engine will going to count that particular row as the first row, which will going to remove. And from that particular first row, so here what you have, let me tell you. So what we have specified 2 here, right? So
Yes.
it will going to say, I will going to start removing from the row number 2. Okay.
Okay.
And from row number 2, how many rows I want to remove? I want to remove 2 and 3, right? Then only here it is not having 2 and 3, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So here we are mentioning I want to remove 2 rows. So 2 and 3 will going to remove. And after that I am putting, I want to keep 3 rows. So 4, 5, 6 is there. After that again 7, it is not there. 9, 10, 11 is there. 12, 13 is not there. Miss, it is doing alternatively. Okay.
Okay.
Is it clear now?
But we need to remove only 2 and 3 row, 3
Yeah,
column.
I'll tell you. Okay. Directly by option it is not possible. I'll tell you another way.
Okay.
Is it clear now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's clear, but yeah, okay. This is not my question. Actually.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. So what I mean to say is directly using this option you can't. Okay. There is another way.
Okay, okay.
So here, are you able to see this arrow sign?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So click on this arrow, and here, whatever the values you don't want to see, okay, that you can unselect. For example, which row you want to remove, Akhil?
Maybe 8.
So I will unselect this 8 and I'll click on 8. Now you can see, are you able to see 8?
No.
The same thing. So like that, you can select it from here specifically. But using this option, it is not possible. That I
Okay,
mean
okay.
to say.
Okay, okay. Got you, got you.
So whatever you want to keep, that you can select, and rest all you don't want to keep, then you can unselect and click on OK. So here you can see one step is added. What is that step?
Filtered rows one.
So if I'll remove this rows, then you will be again able to see 8.
Yeah.
Now is it clear?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
After that, like that, in this remove rows, there is an option. And what is the option?
Duplicate.
Remove duplicate. So what will happen if you will apply this remove duplicate, then where there is duplicate, it will going to remove all those duplicate values. Okay. For example, in this particular party, how many parties are duplicated? INC is
So many, so many.
duplicated, BJP
Yeah.
is duplicated,
JD is also
JD is
duplicate.
duplicated. So
Yes.
if I will select this particular column and if I'll apply this remove duplicate, now tell me, is there any duplicate value?
No.
So what it has done, it has keep only a single value and rest all duplicate values it has removed. Okay.
Okay.
Are you getting?
Yes, yes.
So using this option, remove duplicate, what you will going to do? You will going to remove all the duplicates and it will going to give you only a single value. Okay.
Yeah.
After that, there is the option and the option name is remove blank rows. So if there is any blank, okay, then directly you can click here, remove blank, and where there is blank, it will going to remove all the blanks. Okay.
Okay, okay.
After that, there is an option that is remove error. Okay. So what will happen if there is any error in your data? If you will click here, remove error, it will going to remove all the errors.
Okay.
For example, I'll going to show you how it will work. For example, here, every data is having one data type. Okay.
Okay.
Every data is having one data type. So right now, this 1, 2, 3, 4, all are numbers, right?
Yes.
And if you can see here, ABC, are you able to see this ABC?
Yes, yes.
Click on, if I'll click on this ABC, you are able to see some data types. Okay.
Okay.
So ABC is the symbol of which data type?
Text.
Text. So what will happen if you are having a data type selected as text? So this particular column on which that particular data type is text, you can store anything. Okay. You can
Okay.
store A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, anything you can store. Okay.
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 Because this is ABC. This is text. Text can store anything. Okay.
Okay.
But for example, what will
Getting
happen if
getting
you are
some noise.
it is from
Active.
Sanjay side, I think. Okay. So
Yeah.
now this name is also text, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, if I'll change this text to whole number or decimal number, okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Now you can see what it is showing.
Yeah.
Error.
Why it is showing error? Because the data we have tried to use the wrong data type, okay. Because this particular text values, can we store that particular text values into a number? It is not possible, okay.
Yes.
Text will be
Okay.
always text. You can't put numbers as a text, okay. But sorry,
Okay.
you can't put text as a number, but you can store numbers as a text. Are you getting?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Number can be stored in text, but text cannot be stored into a number. So
Okay.
right
Okay.
now, because of the wrong data type, you are able to see the error, right?
Yes.
So in your data, there is a possibility you will get some kind of error, some kind of. This is one of the error I'm telling. So if you are having this kind of error, so what you can do, if you don't want to keep that kind of records, then go to remove errors here, this option.
And
If I
remove
click
error.
here, so it will not going to show me anything. The table is empty, right?
Yes.
Why it is empty? Because in every row there was an error, right?
Yeah.
Correct? There was an error in every row. Because of that only, this particular option has removed everything. Now you can see what is the color of this line.
Red.
Now the column quality is 100% error. It means everything is error in this particular column. That's why the column quality is showing in the red color. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the color. Okay. If there is any error, then you will going to see this red color. If there is any like a null kind of value or blank kind of value, then you will be able to see which color.
Black color.
Yeah. If there is like all the values are valid, means if there is a valid value in all that column values, then what you will going to see? You will going to see this green color. Okay.
Yes.
So these are the different colors for different quality of the data. And this is column quality where we'll going to see this particular column is having which type of data, whether it's a valid data or error data or null data, like a blank data.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it clear till here?
Yes. Yes.
Any
Yes.
doubt?
We know that the
What?
we
What
have
if?
been,
Yeah.
hello,
Yeah, yeah,
the test have been changed into number, so it has been shown error. But
yeah,
while if you don't know what is the error, how can we rectify the thing
yeah. So for
without?
example, yeah, for example, if I'll change again back to number, right? So
Yes,
right now you are not able to find out what is the error. So what you have to do here, this error is there, right?
yes,
Click on this error. What is the error?
we couldn't convert to number details. Okay,
So Jawaharlal Nehru, it is trying to convert Jawaharlal Nehru into number, and it is not possible to convert this particular data into number. So
okay,
that's what you will be able to see that particular error here.
okay,
And based on that error, you can put whatever the action items.
okay.
And
Not
like data type text or
what?
we are
What?
given the number. That's why we are getting the error here.
Right. That's what. So here, if you want to store this kind of text values, then always you have to use the data type as a text. Okay. If you'll try to store that particular values into a number, then what will happen? Always it will going to show you the error. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Here, if you'll see here, this is also ABC, right?
Yes.
This
Yeah.
is
Yes.
also
Yes.
text and it is storing number and the values, right? Here it
Yes.
is not showing error because you can store number into the text, but you can't store a alphabetical character into a number. It is not possible.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Are
Can
you
we
getting?
store decimals in ABC text?
Yeah. You can store anything.
Okay.
Text can store anything. There is no problem.
Okay. What if
After
we
that, huh?
if we are getting error? See, in name column we are getting errors, right? What
Uh-huh.
if we want to delete only column?
Yeah. I'll tell you. Okay.
Okay.
I'll tell you. Okay. So, for example, if you want to delete this particular column name, okay. So what you can do, you can right click on that particular column, and there is the option remove. If you'll click on this remove, this particular column got removed, right?
Yes.
And what I want is, instead of deleting this particular name column, I want to delete all other columns except this name, for example. Then
Okay.
right click on this name column, and there's an option remove other columns, right?
Yeah.
If you will click here, it will going to keep this particular one column, and rest all columns it will going to remove.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
After that, here, so right now you are able to see the data from 1 to 15, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Now what I want is, I want to show the data from 15 to 1. So
Okay.
what you have to do is, you have to select that particular column, and here are you able to see A to Z and Z to A option?
Yes.
Yeah.
So A to Z will going to do the ascending order. Okay. So it will going to show from 1 to 15, from smallest number to the largest number. And if you'll go with Z to A, then what it will going to do? It will going to show you the data from the largest number to smallest number. Now, if I'll click on Z to A, what happened?
Jet to a
No,
reverse.
just a
Ascent.
minute. It has not correctly sorted.
Yes.
Why it is not sorted? It should sort. Okay, I got it. Now, what is the issue? Okay. Now the issue is, this is a number, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And we want to see the number in the top. Okay. But the text type is, what is the what is the data type?
It's text.
Text.
Text. Okay. So what is happening? This particular sorting, it is not properly applied to this 1 to 15. So if you want to apply on this 1 to 15, so for what you have to do, you have to first change
Decimal.
into decimal number or a whole number. Okay. Now
Okay.
on this,
Yeah.
if I keep on this Z to A, now you can see it has sorted correctly, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if it is a number, then you have to select that number as a data type, then only this particular sorting will work. Okay. And now if I will directly use this on ABC, then what will happen? This particular column, it will try to sort based on the alphabetical wise. For example, if I'll click on A to Z. So everything is alphabetical. No. First, this particular table is sorted, right? Sorry. This particular column is sorted, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So now we have to remove this particular sorting. Now I'll select this particular column, and if I'll apply A to Z, now you can see Atal Bihari Vajpayee is in the top, right?
Yes.
After that, Chandrasekhar, C, G, H. So everything is sorted. Now I'm going to put Z to A. Now you can see V, R, P. So everything is in the descending order from Z to A, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So at a time, you can do sorting on one column. If you'll try to sort this column and this column as well, then what will happen? Nothing will work, because this column is already sorted. If this one is already sorted, then how this will going to sort? Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
That's why it was not working previously.
Okay.
Is it fine now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. After that, what will happen? Sometimes there will be very in real time, what will happen in your table, you will going to find like a kind of thousands of column, 200 column, 100 column, like there will be very big list. Okay.
Okay.
Then if you will try to find that column in that big list, it will be very difficult, right? If you have to
Yes.
scroll down, like you have to scroll right, sometimes left, so it will be very difficult to find that particular column. So how to find a particular column very easily? So if you'll see here in the top, there is a view option, and under this view option there is an option. What is the option name?
Go to
Go
column.
to column.
Go to column. Click on this go to column. Now here you will be able to search that particular column. For example, I want name column. I will write name. I got
Okay.
my column. I'll select that column, click on OK. Now it will going to point out that particular name column. For example, I want party column. So what I'll going to do, I'll go to column. I will select this party column. I'll click on OK. Now
Okay.
which column got selected?
Party
Yes.
column.
Party. So this
Party column.
particular go to column will going to help you to navigate directly from one place to another, like from one column to another. Okay, you don't have to search all the columns, because in searching it will going to kill your time. Okay,
Yes.
Yeah.
it's fine. Any question,
Yes.
Lokesh?
No, nothing.
Okay, so after that here in this one, so here there is an option. Okay, and the option here is we already saw this replace value, right?
Yeah.
After that there is an option here. So one option is known as advanced editor. So for example, what will happen in real time scenario right now, like last time we have created some tables based on the Excel, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So if you select this particular table, and this table has been created using Excel, and click on this advanced editor. Now in this advanced editor, it is showing me the path of the Excel file. Are you able to see the path of the Excel file?
Okay.
So
Yes.
it is telling like this particular table, it is connecting from this particular Excel, which is present in C drive users and this particular location. Okay.
Okay.
Sometimes what will happen after doing the development of your report might be you have moved from one place to another, your Excel file. Right now it is under desktop. Might be you have moved to D drive or any other drive or any other folder. Then you have to change the path of that particular file which you have currently used, like after moving. So that path you can update here in advanced editor. Okay. And if you'll click on done, then what will happen? This particular PBIX file, it will try to connect with the file which is present in the new path. Okay. And
Okay.
it
Okay.
will try to get the data from that particular path only.
Okay.
So in interview, sometimes your interviewer will going to ask you how we can change the path. Okay. Then you can say using advanced advanced editor, it is possible to change the path. Okay.
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 And by default, whatever the transformation you are going to do on your data, everything will going to record here. You can see here everything. So these are the codes which Power BI will automatically going to generate. Okay. So right now we have done some
Okay.
transformation on this particular list of prime minister, right? We
Yes.
have done this transformation. So if I click on advanced editor, you can see lot of lines are there, right?
Yes.
So all these lines are nothing but whatever the applied steps are there, this Power BI will going to generate the M query. This is known as M query, okay? And Power BI will going to generate this M query by default, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So this is M query language which Power BI will going to generate. And here you can see the link of that particular website, right? From
Yes.
where we are loading the data. So you can change that particular website from here as well.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Yes.
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 So it is possible to change the path, or for example, if you will going to connect with any server, okay, like a database server, or you are connecting with a particular database, then everything, wherever your source is there, if you want to change that particular server or path or particular web address, anything you can able to change using advanced editor, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
It's fine.
Yes. Yes.
Any question till here?
No.
No for me.
Madhu,
No.
it's fine now.
Yeah. Yeah. I can ask you later.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
guys. Then we'll going to connect tomorrow, and we'll going to cover next topics under this Power Query Editor. Okay, so there are multiple options which you're going to see and which are important for interview as well as real time perspective. Okay,
Okay.
Okay.
so we'll tomorrow connect at the same time.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir, I need some 2 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, sir. Sir, means
Just
after
a
this
minute.
class, I don't want to discuss with.
Yeah, just a minute. Just a minute. Let me stop the recording.